Hey guys, it's Casey, and I'm here to bring you another DC update. Sorry, I had to exit out of a message there that was showing me. Anyways, this is still a part of my series of wrap-up videos in the midst of all of my packing still, and so yeah, I'm just going to talk about a few more things, trying to lead up to this final week and what all has been happening. So first, I'll start off with the old post office museum. I didn't mention that before, and that's something that I've actually done maybe a couple of weeks ago. And what I like about the old post office tower, did I say museum? Sorry, old post office tower. It's located on Penn Avenue, and it kind of looks like a castle when you first look at it, and it's got the clock with the Roman numerals on top of it. And when you go inside, they have all of these little restaurants, and sometimes they have live music, and they have like souvenir shops. But also, what you can do is you can go tour the tower for free. And I believe they're open most days from 10 to 5. So I went there during my lunch break one time because I was just really curious. I was kind of like, I wonder if there's anything to find in here, and sure enough, there was. And so they let you take one of those elevators up that has the glass, so you can look as you're going up and watch all the people. And when you get to the top, they make you go from the ninth floor all the way up to the 12th floor, where they have an open air, I guess, kind of observation deck, and you can go look out on four sides, either down Penn Avenue, the mall. You can also go out and see further down the mall where the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument are, and then the White House is on the other side. And it was really cool. I did not have an opportunity while I was here to go up into the Washington Monument because it was completely booked until like June, because we kind of got, I guess, a late start on trying to get like tickets for those, and you have to be there extremely early and on the ball about that. So this was a great compromise, and it was a great way to get a bird's eye view of the kind of Washington D.C. area. So that was really cool. I would highly recommend it, and it's really fast too. I mean, now that there's a lot of people there, there was a line, but that day I just walked right in there. So weekdays are a great day to go, I guess, anywhere here in DC. But yeah, so anyways, also, uh, this is the day after my parents left. We had class, and so we went to the Holocaust Museum. And what was interesting about our tour was that for the past couple of years, Miss Meisner, who is I guess she's 89 now, she is a Holocaust survivor, and she's been giving the University of Alabama DC students tours through the museum. And the museum is actually itself really, really well, I guess, developed and thought out. When you go in there, they have these passports, and they have, either if you're male or female, you grab one of those passports, and each passport is about one person who was involved in the Holocaust in some way. And the idea behind that is that you connect with one person, because they know it can be very overwhelming trying to think about how many people were involved in this. But if you can connect with one person, it'll give you a more personal experience. And actually, Miss Meisner and her husband both have passports that are in there. So that was really interesting. But when you go in there, they put you in an elevator, and you watch this video monitor, and it's people talking about, when you're going up, it's people talking about, how could this have happened? This is crazy. And then the doors open up, and then they have in black letters, backlit, like the Holocaust, and they have a picture of what the people found. And it's just very, very haunting, as you can imagine, just to kind of see all of that, just kind of with your own eyes, and not just through like a video screen. They had of course, pictures. They tried to be, I guess, very conscious about how they portrayed the pictures and the way they set up the Holocaust. I mean, they weren't trying to hold anything back. They were trying to lay it out in the best way they possibly could, in the most accurate way. So they gave you I guess, different perspectives depending on where you're from and what you're hearing. You might have gotten different news, and so they understood that, so they tried to convey that to you as you go throughout the museum. One of my favorite parts they had was, if you can have a favorite part in the Holocaust Museum, was the Tower of Life. Apparently, a woman who had, I guess, survived the Holocaust had decided that it was always too much about death, and they never focused on the people that survived and went on and lived. So it was her main mission to collect photographs from people that had survived and family members of survivors and put them in this Tower of Life. And you kind of walk across a bridge, and it's got all these pictures from like the floor up of all these people that had survived. And I think that gives a really hopeful message about something like that. So it was a very, very fascinating tour, and Miss Meisner did a wonderful job. She is still, if I am walking that good when I'm 89, she was like going down the stairs. She was on it better than most 20-year-olds I know. And so, I think that, I'll be very grateful for that, if I turn out, as great as she does when I'm that age. She also had a book in the Holocaust Museum gift shop. And so it's called Margaret's Story. And so people that purchased the book, we got her to sign it, which was a great, souvenir to have. And I'm really interested to read that book. I think it'll be very fascinating to hear her side of the story and to hear a bit more about her life and all of that. So that was great. I really enjoyed that. The other thing I was going to talk about, switching gears to a little more of a happier topic, is the Cherry Blossom Parade. They had this, I guess, the April 9th, and it was actually a very cold day. It had been warm leading up into this day, and it's all of a sudden got really cold. But nonetheless, we had Cherry Blossom Parade. And so they had all kinds of stuff in this parade. Sometimes I don't understand who puts these things together, because some of the stuff was just really bizarre. Like they had a Yogi Bear. They had a Yogi Bear float, and they had Bugs Bunny, and then they had Madeline. And the Chinese lanterns made sense to me. I understood, or the Japanese lanterns, excuse me. That made sense to me. And but they had Blake from American Idol sing. And they had this group, I think, from Disney Channel called Kicking Daisies. I think if I'm getting that right. They performed a little bit, and they had one of the original Dream Girls sing. And they had a huge group of people dressed in either pink or green, and they did some like tap dancing, which was fun. And they also had Fairhope High School Marching Band. Woo! Yay, Alabama! And so that was cool to see that. And they also had, I guess, what would be like they switched names, but it's like the Azalea Girls, or like, I don't know, the Dogwood Girls. We thought they were the ones that were from like Fairhope, the ones that wear the big hoop skirts and, the pastel colors and the hats. So they were out there. We're not really sure if they were from Alabama or if they just had them, up here for the parade from somewhere else. But yeah, so that was a great parade and a fun thing to do, and to kind of celebrate the spring season. Although it did not feel like spring, it felt a little too cold for that. But it was a great event. Also, something that happened one of the last weeks I was at work was when I was walking home. They were having a DC state rally. And if anyone has ever seen a license plate from DC, it says taxation without representation. Because DC, doesn't have, they have someone in Congress, but they don't necessarily get, I guess it's voting rights. So they were having all these people out there, like guys in suits, with linked arms, sitting on the asphalt together, and they all had, their banners going, and they had TV crews out there, and they had the police. And one of the girls that works, I think it's Sasha Bruce, she said that her boss actually was out there, and I got out of there before people started getting arrested, but I heard later people were getting arrested, and so yeah, that kind of got crazy. But that was that was something that I felt, I will definitely take back with me as a memory of, oh yeah, one day I was walking home and people, having a rally in the street and getting arrested later. Yeah. So, anyways, there was that, and yeah, lots of exciting things still happening in DC. It's just never a dull moment. So, just thought I would fill you on about that, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I will be bringing you another video soon. Talk to y'all later. Bye.